All right, so this is Dune 2021. This is the Denis Villeneuve version. I've seen the David Lynch version. It's not good. It's terrible. Like the negative reviews probably don't prepare you enough for the what the fuck of that movie. This is better, definitely better than that one, but I still have some things I have to talk about. So Paul Atreides, he's part of House Atreides. There's two houses, Harkonnen and Atreides. I think that's how you say it. And Paul, he definitely has like this chosen one thing going on. I'll get into that a little bit later. But there's a prophecy about him with the Fremen, which are the people that live on Arrakis or the other planet, and there's a lot going on there. But his father is the Duke of House Atreides, played by Oscar Isaac. Basically, there's this planet Arrakis that has this spice on it. It's very valuable. They use it for interspace travel. And House Harkonnen, they don't really get along with House Atreides, but they had control over that planet and made a bunch of money off the spice. But the Emperor decided to give control of that planet to House Atreides now. So they get down there. They're trying to get things started and everything, but then they get attacked. And Paul and his mother get away, and they meet up with the Fremen, who are the people are that live on that planet. And he meets Zendaya, who he's been having dreams about ever since the beginning of the movie or before the movie. And so pretty much they have to get together with the Fremen and like pretty much take on the Emperor's forces and the Harkonnen forces. It's easier to understand. They split it up into I guess two parts, so I guess it gives more time to like really flesh out things with the voice, which is the power they have to command people, and all the different technology, pretty much all the different lore from the book. And so that's definitely a good thing. It's well acted for the most part. There's a couple people, but for the most part, it's well acted. It's well shot. It's beautifully shot. I like the score for the most part, other than the yelling thing. It was in the trailer. I didn't really care for that, but other than that, everything else seemed like it fit. It is for me a good movie, or at least the best movie that you could get from this source material. From what I've heard, it's very, very faithful. But I still have some issues. I think that I don't really connect with the story. I think this is obviously a better version, but like I couldn't really get to the main character. He had a little bit of Gary Stu stuff going on. I mean, he's a little bit too. Everything seems too, easy for him, or everything seems to be in his favor because they have the chosen one thing going on. It doesn't really feel like he has to really work all that much to get things, or everything just kind of feels like it just revolves around him, and so you can't really get, or at least I couldn't really get invested in his character. Hell, I couldn't get invested in any of them. A lot of them die before you really get the chance to get invested in them. Jason Momoa is Jason Momoa. Like, he doesn't really have much range at all. Dave Bautista's not very good in this movie. All these different like technology, and it feels like something is always being explained. There's still a lot of exposition, and this is the movie. This is only half of it. Still a lot of exposition. Still a lot of explaining, and it makes it just confusing. This is still confusing for me. Not as much as that original one, but definitely still. Timothy Chalamet, like he's always kind of talking like this. It's not even just him. A lot of them are doing that, especially in the first act, where everything is like. I was watching. I was like, in certain scenes, I don't understand how you guys are able to hear each other. Man, like they talk real low like this. It was so. I don't like that in movies. Like, at least speak up a little bit to where I can believe that you can hear each other outside. Probably the main issue for me is, I mean, other than the story, and the characters not really working, is probably the pacing. Man, it is moving slow. Like, he has so many visions about Arrakis, and especially about Zendaya's character. I don't remember that happening that much in the original movie, but it is endless. I was like, by the time they meet her, I was like, man, if I see one more goddamn vision of her, I'm gonna go crazy. I mean, I was like, man, like, it feels like a lot of this, especially after seeing the other one, it feels like the same movie only stretched. I mean, this movie feels longer than the Snyder cut. I mean, this is 2.5 hours. That was 4, and this feels longer. I mean, it feels like they're just moving so slow. I get that you want to develop things, but a lot of this feels like it could have been tightened up, or just completely left out. But I guess you want to be as faithful as possible, but it just makes the movie kind of boring in parts. It just might be too much for a movie, man. Like maybe I know they had some series before. Maybe this would work better as a series. I didn't watch those, but I don't know. If you have not read the book and haven't seen that other movie, watching this movie, I have to imagine you're still kind of confused, where you can't really keep it all straight in your head. Like, okay, what's this thing? What's that thing? Wait, this is this, and this is this, and this is this group of people, and they do this. Well, the Jesuits. What the hell are those? What are they doing? What do they do? I mean, it's a lot. What's the prophecy again? What's this vision mean? What's this? I mean, it's a lot, and I have to imagine if you're not already into this, it's kind of hard to keep all that straight in your head. At least it is for me. And the pacing is way, way, way too slow to the point where it definitely does drag. So I still think this is a good movie, but it doesn't reach any higher than that because of the story, I think. I just don't think this story is. I don't know, maybe it's just not for me, but I don't think it's all that great. So I'm going to give it a good enough. I was going to give it a little bit higher than that, but I was like, ah. By the end of it, I was like, man, can we hurry up? And then by the end, they're just now meeting the Fremen. I was like, what? Like, what? I was like, okay, I mean, if you say so. But I mean, it is still a well done movie, and I'm sure people who are fans of the book are loving it. At least that's what I'm seeing online. So yeah, that is Dune 2021, and I'm done.